Day 11 of the 31-day spiritual upgrade challenge. Hello and welcome back. It is Victoria Bond here, coming from the marina. Such a beautiful space to be in, and just out and about in town doing some chores. Got my nail fixed and going to the doctor soon. Been to the supermarket. It's my husband's birthday tomorrow, so oh my goodness, had to go and buy some, treats and all these things. Let me show you here. I'm hoping that everyone can hear me today. If you're jumping on, could you please comment and let me know if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Hey Delani, can you hear me? I jumped on yesterday and did 2 pretty much full lives. You can hear me, thank you. 2 full lives, and no one could hear me, and I felt so deeply honored and grateful that people stayed on the whole time because they could feel the vibration of what was coming through, and it was so good. Hey Jessica, I see you're in Whangamata. Hey Lulu, if you're jumping on, come and say hello. Hello. Oh my gosh. So did you guys see that last night there was a moorpork, which is basically a baby owl, like a little owl. It's in the same family, that landed at my house. My son went out to get some firewood, and I think we were watching Rocky, the good old Sylvester Stallone, like literally Rocky. We were watching the OG Rocky. And he went out to get some firewood because it's quite cold here at the moment. We're in the middle of our winter. And he goes, oh my God, he ran in. He's like, there's an owl outside. There's an owl. And we're like, what? And I remember about 4.5 years ago, a little mini moorpork, which is a small owl, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, flew into my husband in our new building site because we subdivided, we're building our home and yada, yada, yada. A couple of houses later, here we are. So it just flew into him in the middle of the day. So there's this moorpork, and Luke got really close to it, like really close, like as close as like this tree is right here. And I was like, don't get any closer, I want to look at it. And it was turning around and looking at us. And I do have a friend's father who's really unwell at the moment, so I thought maybe that's like this incredible spiritual sign. And I've been really obsessed with birds. A fantail flew into my house. I mean, not fantail, a sparrow. I love sparrows. It's the side of my great-grandmother. I love sparrows. They're so common. But apparently, when Jesus died on the cross, the only birds around that day were sparrows. Go figure. So I just wanted to celebrate that. What are you guys celebrating? What are you celebrating? So I want to talk about a couple of things today before I go to my doctor's appointment. And the first one is, it's like, hang on, what did I put on the description? I can't even remember. I can't even remember what I put in the description. There's a 5-second rule and failing forward. Okay, these are books that you can purchase. There's a book called Failing Forward, I'm sure of it, and a book called The 5-Second Rule from Mel Robinson. Now, when it comes to mediumship, when it comes to our spiritual empowerment, our spiritual upgrading, it's really about like moving. And you're probably getting the gist of this. I've been talking about this in my membership. We had an awesome session today. Oh my gosh, it was all empowerment. It was so good. We went on beautiful journeys with beautiful music and breathwork yesterday. So good. If you haven't checked out the spiritual membership, go check that out at my website. But it's about movement. It's about failing forward. It's about finding those edges and stretching them and getting other people like myself that help you stretch them even further. Okay, you are who you spend time with because you literally calibrate to their frequency, to their energy. So I like to surround myself with positive, incredible, amazing beings like yourselves. So failing forward. Now, it's kind of a paradox because it's not really real, right? We can't actually fail. And someone said to me today, Victoria, are you afraid of failing? Do you have fear of failure? And I was like, oh, yeah, I do. I don't want to fail. But when we're failing forward, we realize that we can't ever fail in anything that we do, because wherever we go, there is where we be. And how can we fail at living when we're alive, right? Hi, Stacey! Celebrating my day for me, sauna, Epsom salt bath, facial. Yeah, so pop it in the chat box what you're celebrating right now. Now, I do this in my high-level masterminds. I do this in our spiritual membership. I do this in MM. I'm always like, what are you celebrating? Why do I get people to celebrate? It's not just to get the communication going on in here. It's not to get the action, although that is great. It's to get you taking a seat at the table. It's getting you to say, I'm allowed to celebrate. I'm allowed to celebrate. New business clients, yes. Celebrating expansion. Yeah. So what am I celebrating? I'm celebrating huge awarenesses. I'm celebrating my edges. I'm celebrating the energy of fear of failure. What is that? Give me something to work through and I will work through it. Give me something. I'm celebrating having a really big bleed. Why am I celebrating that? Because I'm like, oh yeah, that means new things are being birthed, right? Having a good clean out, my great-grandmother used to say, when you have a good bleed on your bleed. I'm celebrating my bleed. I'm celebrating the school holidays. I'm celebrating that tomorrow I get to go to the mountains to be with my sisters. I'm celebrating you being here. I'm celebrating. Like, we need to start celebrating, but we've been told and taught not to celebrate, especially not to brag. Don't brag. Don't be a little this or a little that. Don't be a brat. Spoiled, rotten. Ooh. Spoiled, rotten. What does that bring up for us? Especially if we were brought up on the smell of an old rag. And then the people that were spoiled feel all guilty. Like, oh my God, should I be embarrassed that my parents had money? You know, it wasn't my money. So this is stuff we go deeper into in programs like Money Aligned and MM. But I wanted to give you a touch on this. I'm celebrating showing up for my business, finishing MM and putting my skills to use. I'm celebrating you and your YouTube video, your YouTube channel. Pop it down here, Stacey. Let's get people into your YouTube channel. The spiritual membership has truly changed my life. Being in a space with like-minded women who support you and want nothing from you but truly share in your journey is an unmeasurable gift. Hi, Kim. Celebrating just rewatched your meditation from a couple of days ago. Oh my God, that's so good. Celebrating getting into my postgraduate degree. Celebrating stepping out of my box more every day and putting out artistic creations consistently. That is so amazing. So when we celebrate, it brings up this buzzy energy, okay? Even when we celebrate the shitty things, right? I'm celebrating having my period and being in pain, you know? I'm celebrating having a fight with my partner, but, you know, whatever. Like, when we get to celebrate all parts of our lives, especially the parts in the past, we get to reprogram the future, and we've been talking about that the last few days. Hello, Tanya. So, celebrating is a practice that I want you to bring into every single day into the 31-day spiritual upgrade challenge. When you jump on, I want you to say, I'm celebrating. I want you to take up space. I want you to take up room. I want you to, this is why I'm like, hey, do a live, right? I'm really celebrating my beautiful client Tanya, who's in the Amplify Mastermind, for doing a live in there, even though she didn't know how to do it, right? We don't feel confident when we don't know what we're doing, so there's a system thing, or B, we are like, okay, I'm not very practiced. So it's a lack of practice or a lack of knowledge. But once we sort those things out, we're unstoppable, right? And then we just have to do it again and again. This is with mediumship. That's why in MM we practice readings. And you've got me there going, okay, here we go, you're safe, you know. That's why people come to me and go, I don't know how to meditate. I've never done it before. It's like, well, don't worry. Just show up to the meditations and then you will get practice very quickly, right? At first, it's kind of uncomfortable doing breath work or doing readings or showing up and doing a live, but we start getting practiced and we actually bring in the gratitude. There's a big truck behind me. We bring in the gratitude. We get to bring in the gratitude of what we are achieving. And you know how sweet it is when you've achieved something that you've worked so fucking hard for, and when the edgier the better. So yeah, I'm celebrating fear of failure. I'm celebrating failing forward, because if this, my coach said to me today, I was like, but what if I don't get to what I want? And she said, well, you're doing it anyway, right? What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work, you fail. Oh yeah, then I'll do it again and 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 again until I find the path of least resistance that works for me in my favor. Right? How's this feeling for you guys? So failing forward is a paradox. It's not real. We have to fucking fail. When you started walking, I love this conversation. I'm very coachy because I'm a spiritual coach. I'm a spiritual empowerment coach. I'm trying to wake you up from the inside out, and this is your spiritual upgrade. Okay, literally. People are quite often doing spiritual bypassing, trying to get out of their human. I'm like, no, I need to get you in to find you. That's what we do. So when a baby starts walking, when a baby starts walking, they literally fall on their butt over and over and over again. They fall on their face. They get bumps and bruises all over themselves, and they smile and they laugh and they giggle and they cry, and they get up again and they move. So failing forward is in the right direction. If you're too afraid, or you're waiting, if that baby waited until they could actually articulate themselves and say, right, Mum, I want you to tell me step by step how I can walk. What do I do with my toes and my feet and my legs? I'm going to sit here until I am old enough, like 8, 9 years old, where I can talk properly. Okay, a bit more far-fetched, maybe 5. I'll wait until I'm 4 or 5 when I can have a conversation, then you can guide me through the walking. No, they don't care about that. They're like, I would rather fail forward. I would rather try. I would rather do it. I would rather be it. I'd rather have it. Because I want to go play with my mates over there. I want to go play with my siblings over there. And that is why I didn't walk until I was 18 months old, apparently, because I was like, I think 18 months old, because I was the first child. But my sister was walking at like 10 months old. So was my little brother. They were all walking really, really fast. Oh, someone just left a key here. Interesting. Do you think that's a sign, guys? More pork lands at my house. Someone just left a key on there. Sparrow flies into my house. So, be a baby. Stop being so fucking cute and brainy and trying to get it before you get it. The only way you can get it is by following the urge. I want to walk. I want to run. I want to do these things. Oh shit, I just fell down. Most of us don't marry the first love of our life. Most of us will get a boyfriend or 10, or experiment around and go, okay, but each and every single part of those relationships, if they were good or not good, they got you to the next thing. You took that next, I love it how Dan Sullivan says this. He went bankrupt and got a divorce on the same day. And he said he learned so much from that. Now he's probably close to 90. He was the author of Strategic Coach. He's got lots of books with Benjamin Hardy. But anyway, he was just like, I realized after that marriage what I wanted, what I didn't want, and how I could take responsibility for my part in that. Now he's got a great relationship. They're like well into their 80s and very, very, very successful, and I believe continue to be so. So it's like, what can I get from that? Why did we expect to have it all fucking perfect the first time? Yeah, some of us do. I married my first real boyfriend as well. Not to say I didn't break up in between and go on many different flings. I did, because I'm a 3-5. I've got to experiment. Got to know what's going on out there. But most people don't. And within that relationship, I would guarantee that if you did marry your first boyfriend, then if you've got a great relationship, you've been up and down, up and down, up and down, learning, growing, expanding. Because failing forward is all about growing. There's something you need to unlock. You found the key to what you needed to unlock. Maybe I'm helping to unlock you guys. We broke up once, yeah. Third time a charm for me. Yeah. So, yeah, it's never failing. The only thing is failing is when you don't begin, when you don't start, and when you sit there and watch it happening around you. You don't regret the things that you don't do. You regret you don't regret the things that you did. You regret the things that you didn't do, right? And I think that's something we really get more and more as we grow older. We realize, I'm 41 this year, I'm looking back and shit, I don't know if I regret any of those things I regretted for such a long time. I look back on the journey knowing how every single step has led me to where I am, and I always loved that because it makes so much sense. Okay, so the other one is the 5-second rule, and I thought this went really well for today with the failing forward, because the 5-second rule gets you up. So I don't know about you guys, but I love accountability. That's why I create these spaces. That's why I have a running buddy and friends that I see at the gym. That's why I have, like, I go running, like, with my sisters when I see them and stuff. I'm useless on my own. Like, I made myself feel really bad about that for a while. I'm like, oh, I've got such a weak will. I'm like, no, I just like running with people. I get bored shitless otherwise. Like, are you guys like that with anything? Like, I like to walk with people. I don't like walking for 2 hours by myself. I would just, like, unless it's a massive big hike and I'm not going to get bored. Like, I don't want to do that. It's just not my jam. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, when there's something we need to do and we don't have that accountability, because we can't have someone come into the shower with us. Like, how do we get motivated to have showers and cook dinner? And, you know, when we're in the space where we're not so motivated, we can have systems and tools that help us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. Okay, got to get some steps in, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bed right now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I need to go have a shower. I've got to cook dinner. Like, we need to have these tools. I like having space to walk around. We have to have the tools, especially if you do need to do something and you can't be codependent on somebody. Like, I love people for accountability, but there's times in my life where I am going to need to stand on my own 2 feet and go for a walk by myself. Accountability is great, but my friend right now is at the hospital with her dad. She can't be running with me, right? So for me to go to the gym, I have to be a big girl. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up as soon as my alarm goes off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go make myself a drink. Right? We have to, for some of us, we're self-motivated. Me, not so much. I need tools and systems to move me. I need a purpose to get up. So I think, okay, I need to go do this thing. Don't push the snooze button. It fucks you up. If you push the snooze button, Mel Robbins says this, you go straight back into a sleep cycle. A sleep cycle is like 45 minutes. So if you wake up, like you're like, oh, my alarm went off, and you've gone back to sleep, let me know how this feels for you, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm really tired. Shit, I should have got up when my alarm went off at 5:30. Oh no. It takes you literally until the end of that sleep cycle to properly wake up because your brain has gone back to sleep. So you're doing the movements, right? But you've just messed with yourself for the entire day. So it's really important. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go to the journaling, go for the run. Setting yourself up for success, which you will be failing forward, by the way. Just sit down, my arm's getting really small. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit. You will be getting, like, you will be failing forward. There's going to be days, I know one of my clients goes, I didn't quit the coffee. I didn't get all the YouTube subscribers. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Keep going. Keep moving. Keep failing forward, because you're not failing. You only fail when you fucking stop and you give up, right? So we quit too easily. Okay, I've had like 2 or 3 coffees today. Oh, the person's coming back to get the key. This is so funny. Oh, I should like go give it to them, but I won't because I'm on a live. I got your key. So, failing forward, 5-second rule. These are tools and processes. Let's see if they stop. These are tools and processes that keep you moving in the direction, because motivation, my friends, is not going to create success. Motivation is not going to give you a trim, slim, energetic body. Motivation is not going to get you to the gym every single day. It's not going to get you drinking water every day, but discipline is. Okay? Devotion will. Oh, we're going to come out and get the key. Been in that funk, yeah, applying for rentals and getting declined. Keep going, keep moving. Oh, yeah, no, they're coming in. I was going to have to go stop them and go, there's a key there. So, failing forward, there's things that we are always procrastinating to do. Every single one of us. If you're in business, or if you're a human being on this planet, there's stuff you don't want to do. But you have to. We can't outsource our bodies, right? We can try, but did your mum ever say to you, hey, can you go to the toilet for me? It's kind of a joke I say when my kids' friends are around. So, can someone go to the toilet for me? I really can't be bothered. It's something I have to do myself. Sometimes I can't be bothered. So you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up and move, right? Before you wet your pants. So anyway, I just wanted to bring this in today. Like, you can't fail. You can't. I'm going to go see these fellas over here and see if that's their key, because I don't even know if they know that they left it there. But I hope this has helped you, and when it comes to mediumship and your spiritual development, don't give up. I see people give up all the time because they're not seeing fucking spirit. I'm like, it must be a projector thing, Anita. I'm like, you can't give up on spirit because you are spirit. You can't give up on humaning because you are humaning. You do realize that you have to keep going, right? So you might as well keep going. Okay, guys, lots of love. Bye.